Hello, everybody. I'm here with Christian Falco from TrojAI, and we're going to be talking today about how TrojAI can actually help enterprises protect all their investments and things in their AI systems. So, Christian, why don't you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah. Hey, Tom. How you doing? Thanks so much for having us. So TrojAI, we are an AI security platform. We help large enterprises secure their AI applications, agents, and models. We have noticed over the last 18 to 24 months, a lot of teams and companies are investing in AI. What this means for their infrastructure is they are embedding LLMs and agents into their applications. So they're actually finding ways to talk to models, to talk to LLMs, and also prove out tasks in what they're doing every day, whether it's for partner use cases, whether it's for internal use cases, or whether it's for external use cases. Obviously, as we've seen in security before, when teams expand their infrastructure, they also expand their attack surface, which means that there's now more space for malicious outsiders or nefarious insiders to go and target. So what we are doing is helping these enterprises gain visibility into what AI their teams are actually using. And then we put controls around it so that we can help them test their AI pre-deployment as they're building it, and also post-deployment while it's in continuous use through different types of monitoring and protection.
That's fantastic. And obviously the market's picking up on this. I see that you've just been nominated one of the CB Insight's top 100 AI companies as well, and with Gartner as well, having you as a representative vendor. It's obviously being recognized well by everybody out there. And I've also heard that you're doing this at scale with enterprises. You have some customers protecting over 200 of their AI systems. Why don't you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, it's definitely been a fast-growing, emerging, innovative space. So, we're happy to be acknowledged by some of those different teams that you had mentioned. We are definitely seeing a lot of investment and adoption by large enterprises. What our mission is really to help enable and secure these AI rollouts in the enterprises. So who we're working with are largely these complex, multi-cloud, hybrid environments that are building their own AI. This is kind of manifesting as these different types of apps and agents that are talking to LLMs. At scale, we are seeing hundreds of different applications and agents. These are being used internally, they're used externally. They can also be different types of agents for third-party and workforce types use cases, but different types of things that are helping their teams automate or do new things. So what we're able to do at scale is basically provide measures for them to go in and red team these types of things. So we're able to actually test how their AI behaves while they are building it. So if they are building different types of apps or agents, they are embedding different types of LLMs or different types of MCP communications into those, we can test these and basically say, yes, these are operating safely and securely as you would expect in line, or no, we are seeing these types of risks and misconfigurations. You might want to go and look at this again. And once these are pushed into production, we are basically putting a layer of enforcement and monitoring around that. So any sort of real-time attacks that look a little bit suspicious or malicious, like a prompt injection, a jailbreak, a data leakage, any sort of toxic content that might be unwanted, we can find that real time, alert and block on it, and then let your security teams know that they need to go in action on it.
That's fantastic. So you're helping during the development process, but also at runtime as well with the detection. So a full 360 process that you're covering for these enterprises. You've talked a lot about the development of AI and its growth over the last couple of years. Microsoft is obviously helping enterprises adopt AI in a safe and compliant manner. Can you tell me a bit about how TrojAI is working with Microsoft in this aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. Microsoft has been a great partner for us. Obviously, as you know, we're part of the Pegasus program and Microsoft for Startups, and we are doing a lot of different types of go-to-market with Microsoft as part of that. I would say there's really 3 or 4 key areas of integration and synergy with Microsoft. First, we are deployed as a containerized offering. We do this purposely for our ICP that we work with, which is primarily large enterprises that are concerned about data governance and data sovereignty. At the end of the day, they don't want their prompts and responses leaving their environment. So for us, being able to deploy in a self-hosted on-prem manner means that we can deploy very flexibly into Azure environments. So we are a package of basically a Kubernetes that can deploy into Azure environments, and we've been able to kind of fit a nice better together with Microsoft around those types of deployments. So I would say that's the first thing. The second thing is that we are building different types of integrations with Microsoft as well, especially in their security platform. A couple key pieces would be the Azure Content Safety, which is Microsoft's homegrown native guardrails that you find in things like Microsoft Defender or as part of your Azure Foundry suite. We not only integrate with those, but we also enable those in our TrojAI platform. So if customers come to us and they are using Azure models and they want to also use Azure Content Safety guardrails as well as ours, TrojAI can support those as part of our management plane so they can leverage multiple types of guardrails for the apps and models that they use. A third key piece of our integration is really around what you do with the events that we see once we block and monitor them. Azure Sentinel is obviously a leading SIEM in the space as part of the Microsoft security suite. A lot of times security teams want to see these events flowing downstream. We support all of those types of events. We support syslog outputs, which basically send those different events downstream to these types of SOC tooling like Sentinel. So these types of integrations basically help the security teams make actionable decisions. So I'd say largely those are the 3 or 4 key pieces of integrations that we have with Microsoft.
Fantastic. So I have here a magic wand. If I give you this magic wand, what is the one thing that you would do to change the cybersecurity ecosystem today?
Yeah, it's a fun question. I think the big thing we are seeing is rapid adoption of AI, which basically means teams need more visibility, monitoring, and governance of these AI systems. And I think we're lucky to say that at TrojAI, this is really the mission that we're focusing on, helping security teams, AI security teams, and different types of compliance teams get visibility into their AI, understand how they can test and monitor it, and at the end of the day, put different types of governance and compliance around it.
Fantastic. Now, you're going to be at RSAC 2026 with Microsoft as one of our featured startups. Can you tell people listening how they can get hold of you if they want to hear more about TrojAI?
Yeah, absolutely. We're happy to be there with Microsoft. I'll be there all week. Connect with us online. We'll be at the Microsoft booth for a few sessions. We'll be doing different events. So if you find someone from Microsoft, ask for TrojAI, but feel free to reach out to me as well.